my name is Kathleen Keogh, and the learning theory that I'm focusing on for my lesson burst is Constructivism in English as a Second Language Instruction. The reason why I'm focusing on Constructivism is because the relevance it has to adult ESL instruction. So in the following slides, I'm going to define Constructivism and highlight the key points of what Constructivists believe. I will also outline the pedagogies that should be implemented into a constructivist classroom, and then I will discuss the actions that ESL teachers can take to incorporate constructivism into their classroom. So I hope you all learned something new throughout this presentation, and let's get started. So firstly, I will define constructivism. Constructivism is a learning theory which contends that individual students should construct what they learn and understand. Constructivists believe that new understandings are formed from students' prior knowledge and what they already know. Constructivists believe that students should actively interact with information through hands-on activities and reflection. So constructivists believe that learners create their own knowledge. So basically, constructivists believe that students should develop knowledge for themselves and learners should play an active role in the acquisition of knowledge. Constructivists also emphasize the importance of students interacting with people, peers, and information as a method to acquire new knowledge and skills. So in order for students to stay engaged and invested in the material being taught, students should utilize their prior knowledge, background, and experiences to relate to the material and individualize the instruction. This is especially relevant to adult ESL instruction because many of the adult students have their own expertise and knowledge in a certain field. In this graphic, you can see that constructivism is not teacher-directed. Instead of the teacher lecturing, the students are collaborating and actively constructing meaning from the information. So here you can see collaboration, discussion, and students are playing an active role in the classroom. So there are several pedagogies that can be implemented to create a constructivist classroom, which I will outline in this slide. Firstly, students should have the opportunity to visit sites outside of the classroom. So some examples of sites to visit outside of the classroom are museums, monuments, or cultural experience such as visiting a restaurant or a theater. Secondly, students should be taught to be self-regulated learners. So this can be done by asking students to set goals, monitor and evaluate their progress, and explore their interests within the learning material. Thirdly, teachers from diverse disciplines should plan the curriculum together to ensure student success. And finally, constructivist teachers encourage the use of dialogue and presenting others' viewpoints. So constructivist teachers also emphasize the importance of conceptual understanding instead of asking students to memorize information. So what actions can ESL teachers take to incorporate constructivism into their classroom? In a traditional classroom, teachers deliver instruction to students. However, in a constructivist classroom, teachers act as guides who structure lessons in a way that students are actively involved with the content through manipulation of materials and social interactions. Additionally, teachers should be aware of students' current knowledge in order to make connection between that knowledge and new understandings. In other words, teachers should build off students' current knowledge to aid the acquisition of new knowledge. So in order for this to be successful, teachers should bring students' current and previous understandings to the forefront. Finally, constructivist ESL teachers should be aware that time is needed to actively build new knowledge. So with time, students have the opportunity to reflect on new experiences and new information. So in conclusion, constructivism for English language learners looks like several things. Firstly, English language learners should be able to incorporate their culture, language, background, prior knowledge, and previous experiences into their instruction. Secondly, English language learners should collaborate with their peers in order to deepen their understanding of the material. Collaboration ensures that ESL students are practicing their English language skills while being exposed to new perspectives, interacting with new information, and socializing with their peers. Additionally, English language learners should have time to perform independent study and self-directed learning. So these can be extremely effective for English language learners because they can study material that is relevant to them and invest in their own learning. Self-directed learning can also encourage students to develop time management skills and provide further opportunities for English language learners to build upon their previous knowledge and experiences. Lastly, English language learners should have ample opportunities to engage in active thinking and draw conclusions from the material at hand. So on this slide, I included my contact information because I would love to hear your feedback, experiences, or to answer any questions you may have about constructivism or ESL instruction. So thank you very much for taking the time to watch this presentation, and I hope you learned something new that you can translate into your own classroom. And on my final slide, I included the references that I used throughout this presentation. Thank you for watching.